Hi guys, I'm ArchieLuxury and today I'm doing an advertisement for one of my great fans here. I want to promote KK Design, which is a San Diego based interior designer who specializes in full service residential and boutique style commercial spaces from start to finish. New sofa, new kitchen, new house, or you just need some ideas or a second set of eyes? No problem. Work can be done via Skype, FaceTime, email, text, phone calls, or in person, depending on the size of the project. Restrooms and Rolex! Longays and living rooms, Pateks and pantries. She does it all. Is your house ready for your new timepiece? Follow her on Instagram at KATEK_INSPO. That's on Instagram at KateK_INSPO. Reach her and check out her work at www.katek.design. Kate K all the way. Kate K all the way. Kate K all the way. Thank you very much. Please check her brilliant design out. Hi guys, it's Archie Luxury on the Pluta channel. I'm doing paid reviews. This is paid review 20J5 and a quick wristwatch check. What am I wearing today? Patek Philippe Grand Classic 5196 in yellow gold. Okay, let's do a paid review. This here is for Chris. Hi Arch, I've sent you $150 US. I'm sending you this note with pictures attached to say thank you and to show my gratitude. You always say that you don't do shit for free, but I've listened carefully to your advice, free of charge for almost 7 years. You may give my collection an average or poor grade, but I pay attention when you said only buy second-hand, focus on Rolex to maintain value, only buy bang per buck, only buy watches that can be serviced by an independent watchmaker, and lastly, buy what you enjoy wearing. Thank you for that advice. My collection is very humble. I have no fuck-off pieces. In fact, my watches are hardly even noticed. But I notice. I love to wear a different watch every day. It makes me feel good. I love it. My collection consists of a 6426 manual wind oyster with silver sunburst dial, a 1500 Air King with green redial, a 1500 Air King with champagne dial, a 14000 Air King with no holes case and black dial, a 15053 two-tone date with quickset, and a 1625 with caramel dial. The Tag Heuer Diver was the first watch I ever bought as an 18-year-old in 1988. Like you, I hate messing with a date setting. I like a simple three-hand dial. The two-tone came after listening to you point out how your solid gold sub and president was so soft that you worried and sometimes did not want to wear it. I'm not a big guy. These watches all look good on my wrist. Nobody asks if they are fake, and the Rolex name and reputation has lifted the value of all these undesirables in the years since I've owned them. Again, thank you for all your insight and great advice. Your caring shows through. Your caring shows through. All the best, Chris. P.S. What does this collection say about me? So we've got a very interesting guy here. He's been a long time fan, and you know, he's bought sort of some oddball, sort of slightly smaller Rolex. He's bought slightly smaller Rolex, which is okay. I get it indeed. Now, so let's have a bit of a talk about this and see what do we really think of this here. And you know, it's this is a tricky thing. It's always tricky You know, look, I gotta tell you, what do I think myself there? Hey man, I gotta tell you, if it works for you, that's the most important thing. Look, you're obviously buying at the, you know, the discount end there, which is fair enough, the discount end. But, you know, the thing is, there are some very likable pieces in there. You've got some really cool Rolex, the Air Kings there. You've got some amazing assortment of Air Kings. And I gotta tell you, man, that's so cool. It's very cool. You got a 6426 manual wind. Yes. Is that the Royal? Is that the Royal? That's a great. I like this piece. You got it on a bracelet. That's a nice with the silver starburst. Yeah, I think that's the one because that's the only silver starburst dial you've got there. Look, I quite like it. I like the 6426. The Royal, yes, they were, that's just a classic 60s, 50s, 60s sort of watch, very classic Rolex. This is what men in the 60s, when they bought a Rolex, that is what they bought. That is what they bought. The size was very much smaller. I mean, this is the whole thing. A lot of people don't realize, most people didn't buy the professional line like the Submariners or that. They were expensive. You went for the very simple, humble, life was a lot different in the 50s and 60s. There was no MasterCard or American Express. That was only just in its infancy. And I got to tell you, man, I quite like what I see there. You got a simple, you know, you okay, they're not, the thing is, they're Rolex and they're always going to be valuable. So I think it's very cool there. It's cool. This is a good collection to have there. I can see, you know, there's nothing wrong with any of those. You'd gladly get your money back on that there. The 6424, I like it. You got the Air King with the green dial. How do I feel about the green dial? Look, I gotta be totally honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of redials. Okay, I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of redials. However, it's not terrible. I'd probably try and get an original. They do come up on eBay, so I would hunt down an original dial for that. That's the best advice. You got the champagne. Yes, I like that. I quite like that. They did the champagne on the steel watches. Yes, this was what they did. And you've got the 14400 with the black dial. Yep, that's a 14,000. That's a 14,000. That's actually, you know, years ago when I first wanted a Rolex and got the little Rolex catalog, the little booklet, not the big book, the little booklet. And I remember thinking, oh, I just love to get an Air King. 14,000, the reference number. Yes, I was hoping to get it in silver. But my jeweler friend got me a 1016 Explorer 1. I was a little disappointed. It just shows you, because the Air King at the time had a sapphire crystal. And then you got the two-tone date. Yes, I quite like that, the two-tone date. The dates, you know, the funny thing is, you know, in the 60s and 70s, a lot of men went for the date. They were a bit cheaper than the date just. And they were 34 mil instead of 36 mil, and the bracelet was 19 mil instead of 20 mil. So that they were a smidgen. I had my good friend Herman the German. He unfortunately, he was a good mate of mine. He died, damn well died. Herman himself there, he got a Rolex in Hong Kong when he was doing well, when he was at the top of his game. He got a two-tone date. What did he get, two-tone date? Yeah, it was a two-tone date. That's right, it was a two-tone date. And yeah, that's exactly what Herman got there. Two-tone date, no holes case. So early 90s. That's what he wanted. He got that. He got that. He chose that. And now, you know, you'd say it's a bit small, but hey, that was definitely the era then. And the other one is the 16250. That's the Thunderbird. Thunderbirds are go with the caramel. Is it a caramel? I can't really see. It's a, yep, okay. Okay, that NATO is a bit small. That should be a 20 mil NATO. Yes, I quite see. Look, I quite see. Look, the thing is, you bought these watches here were you know, look, they're honest. They're Rolex. They're Rolex. They're Rolex. I don't have a problem with it. You can hunt down some of the parts. The parts. I'd get the original dials. There's nothing. I think that's a great things to have there. Nothing wrong with any of those watches there. They're great. It's a nice little collection. You're not going to go wrong. And the best thing is you can sell it all off and get yourself, if you wanted to. I mean, I don't know if you'd want to do that. Maybe you like these pieces, you know. Your money's safe because a lot of those sizes now, ladies like the 34 mil. So you could actually easily get out of that, and it's up to you what you do. I don't think they're that bad. I think these undesirables you talk about, that's cool, man. They're Rolex. If you stick to Rolex, you never go wrong. Everybody always wants a Rolex. It's quite fascinating, this. It's very, very fascinating. I got to tell you, I quite like them. I quite like them. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that at all. You bought these pieces here. You could get out of them. Would I get out of them? What would I do? Well, it depends on what you like, man. I really, you know, I kind of, you got a nice assortment. That's cool. That's very, very cool indeed there. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem at all. I think it's great to have. It's an unusual collection. It is unusual. You got some Air Kings. That's right. The 1500. I think it's really good there. It's really good there. No problems at all there. Yes, yes. I think it's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. I think there's some nice pieces there. I like it. It tells a story. This is your horological journey. You've got Rolex. Rolex is cool. I don't see anything wrong with that little collection there. It's a nice collection there. Yeah, it makes the piece. It's a nice usable collection. What more could you want there? So what would I add there? What would I add? Look, I'd like to, if you're really into the Air Kings, I'd add a modern Air King. Wouldn't that be so cool? I reckon that'd be the cool way to go. A modern Air King. I think it's cool. It's a nice example there. If you like the size there, stick with it. There's nothing at all wrong with that there. And you know, this is the fascinating thing. People in the 50s and 60s, that's the sizes they bought. The 34 mil, you know, 32. Even my dad, you know, he got an Omega in the early 90s. 1990, just after I got my Explorer 1, and he got a Seamaster. It's only like a 30 mil. 30 mil. You didn't say, oh, that's too small. He thought, oh no, that's a men's one. I'll take that. The sizing, it was good to be small. They didn't want these big watches. He's never really liked big chunky things there. So, you know, it's a different type of mindset. The mindset now is completely size. What size is it? What size is it? Back then, you know, it was a stage. Patek didn't even put the size of their watches in their booklets. It was a no-brainer. Who cared? You had a men's and you had a ladies. The ladies was, you know, small, and the men's was 33 mil or maybe 36 mil if it was a complication. That's kind of how it was. And people didn't even think about the size. But now, as soon as you mention the size, everyone's gone size crazy. Yeah, I think very good there. What would I do? I think, you could add a Omega reduced. It's the same sort of, smaller size type things there. There are some really good buys for slightly smaller. Vacheron AP, if you buy slightly smaller sizes, they are a bargain. Now, admittedly, when you want to resell them, they don't have the hype of the bigger sizes. But hey, there are some really good buys there. So it's fascinating. It's fascinating. I had a 1996 two-tone Royal Oak with papers, and it was 33 mil quartz. It was 33 mil quartz. I mean, fuck, someone who bought that, they wish they got the jumbo, wouldn't they? This is the silly thing that would have cost a pretty packet in its day, and it's became the unwanted. So it is exactly how it is. So I think there's some good substance there. It's all good. Tell me what you think, guys. Like, subscribe, tell your fuckhead friends. Don't be afraid to put some nasty comments down below. And don't forget, guys, paid reviews keep me full-time on the YouTube. Without the support of the audience, it'd be very, very tough for me. So I really do need the audience to support me. So, guys, let me know anything I can do. Paid reviews. This is your chance to ask the Pontiff directly and get a video for it. $50 US. Okay, until next time. Ciao! Fuckaroonies! David SW. David SW. David SW. Who does ArchieLuxury recommend is the greatest grey market dealer in America? There's only one choice. David SW. That's right, guys. I've got to tell you the honest truth. I have for a long time been looking for the perfect answer. Who do I recommend people go to see? Who do I recommend that people can go and buy watches? And I've got to be honest with you. The greatest pre-owned dealer for Rolex, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet is David SW. David SW. David SW. DavidSW.com. That's right, guys. I have been looking for a contact who I can very nicely refer people to. I am not in the selling business. Customer service, I'm too old to sell watches. I'm too old. I like to recommend my viewers to a reliable source. In Australia, I've got some great sources. There's Sydney Watch Exchange with Cove, Ronnie at Vintage Watch Co, Shani at European Watch Gallery. And in America, who is the best source for pre-owned Rolex? For all the hot models, there's only one person I would recommend, David SW. David SW, David SW. That is the premier source for pre-owned Rolex. I gotta be completely frank and honest with you. Guys, if you are looking for a hot Rolex model, there is only one place you can go to. David SW. David SW. David SW. Let's be honest, guys. There's no point schmoozing the dealers, the ADs. They're just a waste of time. Unless you're going to buy 20 pieces, you are wasting your time. What you're better off to do is pay the market premium and go to a good pre-owned dealer. Who do I recommend? David SW. David SW. David SW. That's correct, guys. I want to tell you this now. I 100% stand behind David SW. David SW, the greatest pre-owned dealer in the entire United States of America. That's right. The greatest pre-owned dealer for Rolex, for Patek Philippe, for Audemars Piguet, David SW. He even does things like FP Journe. David SW, David SW, David SW. That's right. If you want to buy a pre-owned Rolex, a Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, there's only one good source I would recommend. David SW, David SW, David SW. I'm Paul Pluta, the method actor who plays Archibald Chesterfield III, and I'm proud to recommend David SW. See you later. Thank you for watching this channel. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury and the Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I want to introduce a new company. This is Fame City Property Solutions. That's correct. They're located in Northeast Ohio. And Fame City Property Solutions replaces non-efficient lights with energy-saving LED lighting. Now, I got to tell you, the guys at Fame City, they will install energy-saving LED lights at office buildings, commercial warehouses, home improvement stores, grocery stores, schools, parking lots, and other residential homes. Customers of Fame City Property Solutions can save hundreds and even thousands of dollars on their electricity bills. Now, you can email these guys at famecitypropertysolutions@gmail.com. That's all one word there. famecitypropertysolutions@gmail.com. Fame City Property Solutions, specializing in LED installations. Come on guys, help this business out. Fame City Property Solutions in Northeast Ohio. Come on guys, get on board here now with efficient energy-saving LED lighting. Fame City Property Solutions.
Talk at all is my advice.